What is up guys, it is Simba here and welcome back to the channel for another League Racing video on F1 25, and today we are back in WOR's Legacy Division, the highest level of console racing, and you can see on screen we are back on the streets of Baku. The last time we raced Baku around in World, it didn't go very well, so we're looking to do a bit of a better job today. So if you're looking forward to this one and World content returning to the channel with my new team, Quest Racing team, make sure you hit the like button, get subscribed for more content, as I'm looking to do a few races here and there in World once again this season, and I'm looking forward to it. You know, we've been picking up form recently, and we're going to see how we can compete against some of the fastest drivers on console. But here we are in qualifying. Now, if you guys saw my stream, or the stream on which was streamed on YouTube, you will know that qualifying started off with a bunch of lag, and that was because I was hosting the lobby and I could barely host a party on my Xbox because my internet is that bad. So we had to reset everything, do a short qualifying session, so it's going to be a lot quicker to get the session done compared to doing Q1. So we crossed the line, first lap, not great. It's only enough for P12 with a 38.4, and I said to my engineer Samir and Tristan, who was also giving me updates throughout this entire session, he was telling me that, well, I was telling them that I could do a lot better. So here we go, into turn 1, immediately gaining a 10.5 on the exit as we messed up the exit first time around. Into turn 2, pretty decent on the exit, on the apex as well. The exit wasn't as good, but we've gained a 10.5 in the first 2 corners alone. Going into turn number 3, on the brakes at the 100-meter board, just missing the apex a little bit. You want to be a little bit closer to the wall there. As into turn number 4, it's down to second gear, as us pad players need a bit extra rotation at times, and second gear is one way to get it done. I was at a 34.8 in the first sector. I think that was a little bit slower than what I was doing in Q1 before the lobby completely broke. As we are approaching the dreaded castle section, this is where Leclerc binned it in 2019, just brushing the wall through the first part as we managed to get away with it. This corner is a lot cleaner. You can see the delta flying up here, nearly half a second up as we come to the end of sector 2. We've got a car to our right moving out of the way beautifully. Down the gears into turn 15. This is where Giovinazzi binned it back in 2021, and now through 16 where we go purple in the middle part of the lap. I'm not really buying that though, but it's nice to see as we are still 4 tenths up. We lost a little bit of time in between sectors 2 and 3, but I'm thinking that this could push us a little bit higher up the qualifying table. DRS open along with overtake for the final time in the lap, and we crossed the line 4 tenths up. Only P13. That's my personal best, a 38.0, and you see my face in the bottom right hand side of the screen, a little bit baffled. So we're going to do this final lap and see if we can push ourselves up the order. We're down in 15th again, so that tells me the pace isn't really there, but we're going to give it one more go. Into turn 1 we go, a lot better on the apex there. The exit wasn't as strong, and through turn 2, try and cut a bit more of that inside curve, and we gain all the time back. So we're nearly a 10th down in the first corner. Now we're half a 10th up, going into turn number 3. On the brakes, down to 3rd, a little bit closer to the apex this time, and the exit is a little bit cleaner. Through 4, we don't quite hit the apex, and we just brush the wall a little bit on the exit, and that surely cost us at least half a 10th, as it's only a 0.7 in the first sector, a few hundreds off the Haas on the top left hand side of the screen. Only half a 10th up coming out of turn number 6, through turn 7 and 8, still not really gaining the time, barely up on the delta. Through Castle, just brushing the wall, but a bit too hard this time. We pick up the slightest of front wing damage, and the exit through that left-hander wasn't clean, and now we're 300s down. So it's not been a great middle sector this time around. Into 15, clipping a little less of the curb, cleaner exit, and now we're just about a 5th of a 10th up. Into turn 16, clipping the apex, again, cleaner exit, but we're barely up on the delta, so we really lost time in sector 2, and turn 1 let us down as well, so I think we've dropped a 10th in this lap alone. But you can see we're gaining time thanks to the little bit of front wing damage, which was a tactic a few years ago around this track. Nearly 700s up as we cross the line, and we are still 16th. We get into the 37s, and unfortunately, it's only P16. So if that was at a proper Q1 session, we would have been out by the slimmest of margins. You can see my teammate is up in P3, Namsco, in the sister car, up into P3, and you can see Dan is beating us at 15th there. So yeah, not ideal. I wasn't too mad at this because I knew I wasn't going to be on the pace.
Not ideal.
I did start practicing really about a day before. It was short notice once again for me, starting my world campaign. And we're going to be starting from P16. Dan had a grid penalty, and we're going to be starting on medium tyres, looking to pit as early as we can in case the undercut is the way to go. So let's see what we can do from P16 on the grid in our return to World.
The drivers are getting themselves ready for what will be no doubt a really intense race in this bash in Baku. No more waiting, let's go racing here in Baku, and Ryderdal does get the good start here, and Thomas not able to make the early attempt here, but here comes RSC, immediately showing their pace to Enzo Sabaton and getting the jump on QRT's Namsco. Snack holding on for P5 and Jerome holding on for P6, but it is a bit of a mixed bag, and I think there is some debris out on circuit already, as someone already lost part of their front wing. I wonder, someone has gone for a spin, and it looks like it's QRT Simba Rocks 1.
I've just been... Oh, fuck off. I've been spun round.
And sadly, we get spun round on the opening lap.
Utter bollocks.
Now, you can hear me not being very happy, of course, because that's really ruined the race, and we're already 6 seconds off the cars in front. But it looked like that was a bit of desync, because you can see, if you watch it back, the Haas behind us doesn't really make contact with us, with our car. So, yeah, a bit of desync. Obviously, I was hosting the lobby beforehand, yeah, obviously lag was going to play a part in that. But either way, we're last.
Yeah, I can't believe my luck, mate. Just, you take care turn 1, and then through turn 2, you just get tagged around and spun around.
So that's very frustrating, and it's going to be a long race. But we've already halved the deficit to the cars in front, and by the time...
Oh, I've just missed DRS, man. It's fine. They're literally right in front of me. It's fine. If they start battling at turn 1, it's fine. We're right back.
We get to the end of the lap. You can hear me talking about just missing out on DRS. But we might be back in this race because there's fighting ahead.
Right, I've got DRS.
And on the third lap of the race, we're in it. So let's do something.
If the train splits, I say we box. As early as we can. Rears are on 28 and 32. They're feeling a bit crap.
So you can see that we're ticking through the laps, and in the meantime you can hear some important comments from myself, Samir and Tristan. He's constantly giving me updates about the cars in front in terms of gaps and what we need to think about in terms of strategy. And you can hear me just saying that the rear tyres are not feeling great, and around here the tyres feel really crap at around 30%. And that spin on lap 1 actually boosted our tyre wear to about 12% by the end of the first lap, which is not what you want, because the rear tyres are a real pain in the arse around Baku as we get past Seeb, who looked very slow out of turn number 2. So that's our first overtake of the day. Up into P19 we go. And we're not last anymore, but we are going to have to think about strategy, because you heard me say there earlier.
Someone's boxed already. Someone has boxed already.
That we should consider an undercut in case we lose the train, and that's exactly what has happened. So that's what we're going to do.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I've lost the train, so makes sense to do it.
So we're going to box on the end of lap number 6, and we're going to move on to the hard tyres. So this is probably the fastest way to get this stint done, and obviously points in World is the top 15. So we're still quite a way off points at the moment, and hoping that this undercut can do the trick. But as we go into the pit lane...
Oh shit. Oh my god. I nearly spun in the pit lane. That's gonna...
Ladies and gentlemen, that is what you can do in the WR's Legacy Division. Oh no. Oh dearie me. That is far from ideal. And that's probably going to cost us like a 3-4 seconds at the very minimum. Maybe even more than that. So it's just a very unnecessary mistake. And that's just going to make things a little bit harder. We're on the hards. And I'm trying not to laugh at that because that was really bad.
Right, Dom's boxed, so I'm going to find out how much that mistake has cost me when he comes through to 1.
But we move gears on to lap number 8, so Dom is boxed, and we're going to see how much time that pit lane mistake has really cost us. In this stream, you might have heard me saying things more than once, and that's because I'm in a Discord call with Samir and Tristan, and my Xbox doesn't really work well in VCs, so I'll have to say everything twice.
Yeah, about 2 seconds.
And you can hear me just say 2 seconds because Dom has emerged 2 seconds ahead of us, and we're going to have to work hard to try and close that gap down. And the pace was actually feeling pretty good in the race, and you can see we're nearly in DRS.
I always miss out by a few hundreds down this damn straight.
And that is a great reminder of the last Baku
Someone's
video in Tier 2, where we were
well.
constantly just missing out on DRS by the slimmest of margins. But now, on to lap number 9, you can see a few more cars are in the pits. Up into P16 we go, and you can see EVR Misha in the Kick Sauber has just emerged ahead of Dom in the Ferrari.
On Dom.
In the RB, actually. So we've managed to get DRS after pushing for a couple of laps, but Misha's cold tyres has actually allowed the AMR driver to pounce on him and get past him. So he's up into P14. The points are top 15, so we're literally 1 place away from the points, despite a disastrous opening lap and that pit lane mistake. As we skip a few more laps, a few more people are pitting, and now that means we are in the top 15 for the first time. We're in a points-paying position. And you can see Namsko's just emerged ahead of us as well, who's my teammate. He's fighting up in the order. He's getting engineered as well by a few other personnel in QRT. He's hoping. He wasn't too happy with the race setup, actually.
The car behind's gaining on you by 0.5 a lap.
Quantum boxed, and he's got a 10-second penalty.
Which is a pain for him, but a delight for us, because you can see Quantum's got a 10-second penalty, and we're up into P14, and we could actually gain a few more places. So we're going to follow Misha through past Dom. You can see he's flashing, and he's not going to make this difficult at all on the start of lap number 12. And by the time we get to the end of lap number 12, we're going to now pass Misha as well, and we're going to move ourselves up into 12th place. And this has been quite some fight back in this race so far as we're reaching the halfway point. I think I was only on about 1 or 2 warnings at this point, as now you can see Quantum is getting on with it, and he's right behind us now. And you can see us just giving him a weave and just saying, hey mate, we're not going to fight you at all. We're just going to let you go, run your own race. And we give him DRS as well, as now the goal is to try and tag along with him, but he's very fast, is Quantum, if you haven't known that already. And he just completely gaps us, and it's 1.5 seconds between us now. So, yeah, not ideal. As Quantum definitely knows what he's doing around here. Yellow flag in front of us, and that is Enzo Sabaton in the Ferrari, and he's gone for a spin. I think apparently it's his second spin. So, yeah, he's really struggling around here. He's down out of the top 10, and now we can definitely think about passing him really easily, because we want to try and keep up with Quantum, as he's very fast, but he's got a 10-second penalty, which he can't get removed because he's sped in the pit lane. So this is an easy opportunity for us to get into P11 and think about scoring a top 10, but we need to get past this Ferrari first.
Down the start-finish straight. Enzo's still going, but Simba rocks one. It must be said he was last on the opening lap with damage. He's going for P11 here, and within penalty range of Quantum for a top 10. I've not said a word about him since lap 1.
Close!
Oh, wow, that was half a gap.
I love it. We both had to just take an exasperated breath after that one, because Enzo really did squeeze him into what is a very Michael Schumacher-esque versus Barrichello in Hungary. Oh, he's gone very late on the brakes.
Have fun, mate. Interesting shenanigans on this straight.
Well, that was a close shave. The commentary pointed out that was a Barrichello Schumacher-esque moment back in 2010 in Hungary, but we don't end up in the wall, and we're up into P11. Net P10 as Quantum has still got his penalty, but Dom's crashed.
Oh. Samir, we've got a safety car, mate. Softs. Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, I mean, look. It's the logical thing to do. We'll have, what, 4 laps of racing? Dan's on soft as well. Quantum's gone for hard again. So we might have a tyre advantage. Oh, don't double stack me, please. Come on, come on. Go. Go, you bastards.
Okay, let's go now. Come on. Perfect job from you and the crew there.
Oh,
mate.
shit.
To the
Alright, we're
last
ahead of Quantum.
That was
Never
our
mind.
last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. Let's go.
Oh, beautiful. Alright. Huge! Huge! We're in the top 10 for the first time tonight, boys. Only took 20 laps.
So the safety car has given us a free position because Quantum was in the pit lane, serving his 10-second penalty and getting double stacked. We're up into P10 for the first time in this Grand Prix, but we've got 3 laps to hang on here, and there's a few hard runners ahead, so I'm expecting a lot of carnage. Now, I mentioned the soft communication with Samir. I was very eager to put the red set of tyres on because I know a friend that pitted for a fresh set of hard tyres in a late safety car, and
Okay, you're in the top 10.
yeah, don't be that person. Anyway, there's not much happening in front of us, sadly. Unfortunately, we're looking backwards instead of forwards. You can see Quantum is right on our gearbox. He's not very happy, and he wants his place back, and he knows he can definitely go for places in front of us as well. So you can see having a look at turn number 3, and we're just trying to keep our composure. Well, I say turn number 3, that's turn number 4. And now going into turn number 5, you can see now we're just got a little bit wide.
Yep, cheers for the tap in the rear. Yep, cheers. Fucking hell, honestly.
And you can see there, he's clearly
He locked
tagged our
with me,
rear,
so
and
overtake.
he's ahead.
They might make a mistake.
So, if push to pass is a thing, well, tag to pass might be a thing as well, because that's exactly what he's done. But that will get reported to the stewards. Meanwhile,
This is going down to the wire. Mediums against hards on the final lap. ET8 against SCI with a VNT man gunning for his first win.
Oh!
And the
Kevin! Oh!
No! Oh, Kevin on the exit of turn 15. He was on for a top 10. He's completely lost it. And I hope he doesn't have any damage.
Kevin's spin puts us back into the top 10.
I'm trying, mate. I'm fucking trying.
And you can hear me say that to my engineer Samir because he's telling me to push as much as I can so we can try and get DRS from Quantum and maybe get him off the line at the very last moment, reminiscent of Bottas in 2017.
Oh, that exit. Oh my god, I've just got the shittiest exit ever.
And there might be a
Don't think we're gonna
3-second
get him.
penalty ahead of us as well, but that exit will make Kimi Räikkönen wins from 2018 as we're not going to catch Quantum. He's going to keep
Yeah, I'm
P9
not
on the
getting it.
road. But the
That
question
exit was
is,
fucking
can we
horrendous.
get P9 from the penalty as we cross the line?
Oh, I'm not even going to get Tom either. Fuck's sake.
We just miss out on P9 and we end up in P10 from last on lap 1.
1/10. That is so annoying.
And you can hear me quite mixed because I know that exit was absolutely horrendous and that might have been the difference
I don't
between
even
us getting
think
10th
to be honest.
and 9th place. But don't fret, Quantum got a bunch of penalties, as you can see on screen, and we get promoted to P9 in our first world race on F1 25. Brilliant race. Honestly, I cannot complain with how the race panned out. The first lap was far from ideal. Obviously, you don't want to be spun round and ending up backwards and with worn tyres, but we did really well to engineer recovery from the undercut, and we managed to hold firm in the safety car restart, where a few years ago around this very track we binned it with a few laps to go. This time we kept it on the road, finished P10, which is P9 in the end, and crucial points because Namsko ended up 6th. He wasn't happy with the race setup, like I mentioned before. After starting 3rd, he was a bit unmiffed, but you can see the standings here. We are comfortably 5th. Very solid start for us as a team. And the next race is going to be in Qatar. And I'm doing this race. And I've been practicing as I'm recording. And the pace is non-existent. So I'll be praying for more points next time around. But so far, we've got a very solid platform. And the team is working well. And we're looking to try and keep moving. Thanks for watching this one. Be sure to hit the like button. Get subscribed for more content. Check out the 2 videos on screen. And as always, take care, and I will see all of you in the next one.